Hey, listen, I just want you to know that you are surrounded by people who get you.
Hi, this is Di, and I am on my way to the Refresh Conference. It is a conference for foster and adoptive families. I was part of the planning committee for a short while, but then I got my new job and I had to leave it, and I'd never gone back. So this is an adventure. We're going to see what I can get from it, even though all my kids are adults now. So some of my old friends are going to be there. Hopefully they recognize me.
It is a time for you to laugh, it's a time for you to cry. It might be a time for you just to rest. You know, we do have a nap room. It might be a time for you to be honest about some things that are going on in your heart or in your home or in your world, because there are people who are navigating similar circumstances in theirs.
Between sessions, and I just wanted to reflect a little bit about being here. I haven't come in a long time. It's something I was involved in before when I recruited people to become foster parents, and since I've changed jobs, I just haven't been involved. There were so few of us, and especially recruiting foster parents and adoptive parents at churches. And I was point blank told by church staff that they weren't going to be involved, that was up to the state to handle. And then to be at a church and see all of these people here, and a lot of them first-time people to come to the event, it's just very eye-opening. So it's kind of changed the way I'm approaching the event and what I'm going to go to and which sessions, because it's just, you start something new. You don't know if it's ever going to catch on, and you don't know if it can be done. And so instead of saying, no, something can't be done, being here reminds me that God can change people's hearts and things can happen.
Marriage is how we went after, part of how we went after our kids' heart a year ago when they were like trauma defined our family.
I have run into people I know. Nicholas that taught my kids in Sunday school. My friend Carol that I recruited to become a foster and adoptive parent, and my friend Erin from the Unfound Family YouTube channel. I also saw my former youth pastor's wife, Elizabeth, go past me, so I'll have to see if I can catch her here. But I am seeing people I know, so that's kind of fun.
Everyone in our family suffers from PTSD. Our marriage was in deep trouble. We tried attachment therapy, OT, PT, vision therapy, special ed, prayer, psychologist, psych treatment, and hospitalization.
So, my name is Angela Tucker, and I'm a transracial adoptee, as you've likely gathered by now. And I am grateful to have been adopted, but I'm also incredibly sad. And I've written many think pieces, and I've shared my truths about this sadness, both privately with friends and family, and publicly on Netflix, NPR, CNN, about the losses that I've experienced, and about the challenges and the barriers that I've encountered.
The broken way is about taking steps in an unknown way forward, even and especially when you are unbrave.
And I was praying in here the other day, and I went to leave. I was like, I'm good, God. I actually scared Andrew and Michelle because I was like landing here and they came in and it was this whole thing. And this is kind of weird when it's no one's in here, you know? So, but I felt done and I was gonna go, and the Lord just like stopped me right down here, and I started weeping because I realized that you guys are all everything that I wished for. You're being to these kids everything that I wished I would have had. So I guess I say all this to tell you, please don't give up on what you're doing. You are doing a kingdom work, an eternal thing. And I also feel the Lord saying, He knows it hurts. He knows it costs you something. He knows it costs everyone something to do what you guys do every day and every night.
loved to do was to incite emotions of absolute freak out in adults. And I still, really, real talk, I still love it. So some things we grow out of and some things we don't. But I realized if I did something that I could get people to freak out, oh, it was great.
It looks like that's a really strong thing.
So I've snuck away from the conference because I just wanted to take a minute and talk to you guys. I've had a lot of feelings being here. There's a lot of history for me. I was an adoptive parent and then a foster parent and then an adoptive parent again, and continue to do foster care. What is now 20 years ago I started? I was a foster parent for 5 years after we adopted the kids. So when my husband and I first started talking about foster care and adoption, it was not a popular decision. And even after my kids were placed with me, people would say things like, well, you know how they're going to turn out, and those kids are too damaged, and they're going to ruin your family, and a lot of negative messaging that we got. And then I became a recruiter, so I would go out and try to get people to become foster parents. My house was full, fill up your house, you know. And I remember in the early days, we worked a contract through an agency. It was a faith-based agency, but my boss said, you'll never recruit through the churches because the churches don't care about this issue. They don't want to talk about this issue. It was very, very hard. So then I started working for a private agency directly and recruited for their program, but making headway trying to get the word out in churches, it was always really difficult. And I had a friend who worked really hard with churches. She went from church to church. She brought the statistics. She was able to make some headway even at my church. And out of her hard work, she really planted seeds that ended up becoming what was eventually a full-time position here at the church where the conference is. And that person, or ended up being a staff position anyway. And that's the person that I worked with on this conference. I attended the first year and the second year it took place, and it was so much smaller, oh my gosh. And then to be gone for about 5 years and come back today, it's been really eye-opening to see so many people. I keep showing you the crowd, and it isn't because I want you to say, oh, look at that mega church, look at all the people that are there. There's people here from everywhere. There's people from Hawaii, Idaho, Oregon, all over Washington State, Chicago, Texas. I mean, people come from all over to be at this event, to work at it or to attend. And when I look at that room full of people, it heals my heart a little bit. I think all the rejection that I faced trying to work with churches, the Bible says that that true religion is to care for orphans and widows in their distress. If not you, who? Who do they want to have taking kids? If the churches won't bring in the social orphans and the actual orphans, who's going to take care of them? The state saw so much headway be made in recruiting in churches that they actually make it part of the job of their contractors now. We weren't allowed to recruit in churches because it was pointless, and here it's a thing that they contract for now. The theme of the event was, can you see my thing? It's mended with gold. And it talks about that Japanese art where you take a piece of broken pottery and you glue it back together, and then you mend the broken places with gold. That's why we did a craft here like that. And I think being here has mended my heart a little bit, where it was broken, feeling that rejection of foster and adoptive kids and foster and adoptive families, and to see them embraced and cared for, it mends my heart. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. See you soon. God bless.